mostly used to fishing saltwater, so this is something fairly new to me. I'm trying to get used to still. A lot of the tips I've gotten have been from a lot of YouTube videos that I have watched over the course of a couple months. Their top picks have been chatterbait, lipless crankbait, and a Senko for finesse, so those are the three that I'm throwing today. See if I can get a topwater bite on camera, not falling in. Standing on this adventure, Hobie adventure is going to be a little difficult to do this. To film, cast, topwater, catch a fish. Those guys are doing this on a bass boat, which is a lot easier than this. All those guys are on YouTube are lucky to have boats to do this. Or bank fishermen where they can't drop their GoPro in the water like mine. Or I'm more susceptible at least. Obviously here you can't really bank fish. It's either a boat or a kayak. After a failed attempt yesterday fishing for bass, I'm going to get back to preparing my saltwater stuff. The season's going to start picking up. I need to continue and keep up with some maintenance on some of these lures. Ooh, stuff's going to smell. That's pretty bad. Ooh, yeah, it does stink. I purchased a few Kelly Wigglers. Kind of my favorite go-to swim bait for fishing in Texas in the saltwater. Just they're missing the chartreuse tail, so I'm going to give them that color here. Oh man, it stinks. Get rid of that air bubble. So I actually need to dip these myself. If you ever want to dip your baits and to get the best bright chartreuse color, always dip them in a white color first for their base coat, and then you can go to a chartreuse color. It stands out a lot more. See, those are the baits that I received, so I need to dip them myself. I went bass fishing yesterday at a private lake. Didn't do too well, but nobody on the lake did that well. Being more of a saltwater angler, I'm assuming it is the same type of fishing which you're looking for: structure, current. In this case being in a lake, there isn't any current, but there is structure and slopes, drop-offs. I fished this lake a few times. It's relatively clear in certain areas, and I know there's a few stumps up here where I've caught some fish before. Probably doing this all completely wrong, but it's a learning curve at this point. Had a very disappointing run yesterday. One of the local lakes. I know that YouTube channel, Andrew Flair. He usually throws a chatterbait, black and blue, but all I have is a white chatterbait with a black and blue swim bait. So switch over to a Senko here in a little bit. Give that a try. Maybe you're not supposed to throw a Senko into structure. I don't know. Conditions and stuff. I don't know when not to throw these baits. More trial and error at this point. A weightless Senko. I know Rob on Lunker's TV always says Senkos work everywhere. I've caught 2 fish, but they've been really tiny. So they do work anywhere, but for small fish. Maybe this is too deep of water to do this in, I don't know. What are the constraints for this kind of stuff? Maybe there's been a freaking dale hole or something, I don't know. If I can't pull a fish here, I'm moving to another place where I might not pull fish either. I've done pretty well over there. We usually do well at, headed out their direction because we needed points for an online tournament that we're doing called Kayak Wars. I mostly fish out of a kayak probably about 40 plus times throughout the year, so it's a cool little tournament to do with some teammates locally. Get together and go fish every weekend, or every week, maybe twice a week sometimes. That's why we hit up the lake yesterday, but didn't do too well. Only caught maybe about 8 bass or so, and 4 of them for points, since you have to meet a minimum requirement for length based on your state and local waters for the region. If you're a saltwater angler, I would suggest looking into some of these Kelly Wigglers. They do pretty well for me. Bought some Gary Yamamoto's today for the lake. This is freshwater fishing, this is saltwater fishing. So see how that turns out. You can tell in these purple ones the color is actually bleeding through the white. So I don't know if I should give those another coat of white, so I can have that vibrant chartreuse color. We'll see. That looks a lot better. That chartreuse tail color. It gives the fish something to hone on into. So I'm going to target a lot more vibrant that chartreuse is, and that's because of that white base coat. You can see the difference in the two chartreuse colors, chartreuse tail colors. One's more of a mustard yellow, and the other one is an actually bright, vibrant color. So actually, I'm going to have to do these a second time with white to see if they make a difference. Probably will. Let's see if the second coat of white made a difference. Not really. It's still bleeding through. Maybe it did make a difference.